Greetings and salutations, folks. My name's Nick, and welcome back to Dark Souls for what could possibly be one last time.
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
It is something urgent. We are going to go down back into the abyss, not the abyss. The abyss is another place in this game. Whatever this location is called. And deposit the final Lord's soul, as we finally completed out the DLC. And I'm ready to move on to the end of the game, to Gwyn, Lord of Cinder himself. Let us offer up the final soul. From our gross, ghoulish hands, because we are hollow. Well, we're not hollow, but we are definitely not among the living. All right. You know, I forget exactly what comes after. Like, I feel like I confuse this game with Dark Souls 2 a lot. Like, for some reason I'm expecting a road of bridges, but at the same time, this looks different. Like a frozen wasteland. Although perhaps that's why the flame needs to be reignited. All right. Ooh, what did you drop? A titanite chunk. A little bit late for me for that. That kind of item will do me no good here. And can I go for one more? Yes. Fantastic. Unless, of course, there's one more bonfire to be found. Which it looks like there isn't. Either way, in regards to Lord Gwyn, I want to say that I'm told he's fairly parryable. I am not particularly good at parrying, so I don't know if now is necessarily a good time to learn. Excuse me, sir, I'm trying to navigate these perilously thin ledges. If you do not mind. Ooh, or maybe I could use this as an excuse to break out this spell. Or miracle, should I say. Are you affected by it at all? No, you're not. Ah. Ah. I let him get the best of me, but that's okay. We're not dead yet. It doesn't necessarily bode well for my fight with Gwyn, but, you know, at the very least, I'm just reminded to pay a little bit more attention, to not rush, to not get greedy. Oh my gosh. That is a super jump. A little bit wasted. But you know, sometimes you throw it all into one attack, and it doesn't work out. I've done that many a time. Now, like, you still get souls on your way to the final boss. There's always New Game Plus to worry about. Have I ever beaten a game on New Game Plus? Like, any game ever? And I want to say the answer is no. Because usually by the time I get to the end of the game, either one, there's another game I want to play, or two, I'm just tired of the game by that point. And I want to move on. So, like, the entire idea of pursuing a New Game Plus, try jumping, you won't get me that easily, other player. Alright. Hopefully, my time fighting, Manus... never mind. Has taught me a thing or two about dodging. And it clearly has not. But he does actually look kind of parryable. Even for an amateur like me. If only I could heal myself. I just need an obstruction. There we go. Can you backstab? The answer is no, and you cannot block for very long. Alright, let's try that again. I'm going to... Yeah, 20 Astus, I don't really need to kindle this bonfire. Okay, now this trip is getting more familiar. I've got to say, that is a really long route. Always so slow on the roll. That is a really long route they expect you to run to get to the boss. Come on. Okay, now can I... There we go. At least... Yeah, that's that familiar boss run. I've got to say, this is one of those quality of life things that I really, 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 really prefer in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Like, Jedi Fallen Order definitely simplifies a lot of the customization of Dark Souls, of that formula. But that was a grab, not a slash. I was trying to see if I could parry, and I paid attention to the wrong move. There's always a checkpoint right before a boss in Fallen Order. It doesn't make the boss harder. Or should I say, it doesn't make the boss easier. But it definitely doesn't waste your time. Sir, how many attacks do you have in your combo? Alright, let's try. Alright. Oh, why? But I forget that you stop targeting after a critical hit. That shows how rarely I parry, I suppose. Alright, let's try that again, but better. Okay, he's actually really, really parryable. Like, even an amateur like myself might actually find success here. Although I'll definitely want to drink up. Now, almost got away from that in time. Oh. Nope. Remember to retarget. Don't get backstabbed. Okay. This is an ending I was not expecting. But I suppose not doing this would be harder. Nope. That doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. Because not only did I miss the first parry, I just couldn't get... I found myself just locked in the next few attacks. Mostly due to my own inaction. Alright, so now I have some semblance of a plan. There we go. My timing is still not perfect. But I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be, because he does provide you with a lot of chances. I feel like I was more lucky with that last one. Oh, nope. There we go. All right. And his fire sword does not seem to be dealing any like bonus fire damage. Like, it just seems to be doing regular physical damage, and that's it. No, no, no. There we go. And then I also feel like I have the tendency to start mashing the parry button when I miss. Let's make, like something, like a column between us. Give some level geometry to protect me while I heal. There we go. Alright, I see 2 more parries. And he seems to always like doing 2 in a row, at least. Not necessarily 4. Nah. I thought about rolling. But clearly far too late. Yep, he always does 1 and 2, so that makes him more predictable as well for parrying. But he's done! Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. And I will collect all 0 of these lost souls. And let us link the fire. Alright, that was Dark Souls. I don't think there's really much that can be said about this game today. Like, of all of the games that have been discussed over time, Dark Souls has probably been discussed to death. The most that I could probably say would just be, like, it's still good. It's still Dark Souls. It's still what you'd expect. The core gameplay is fundamentally excellent. I find the combat, in my return to the game, I find the combat a little bit slower than I was expecting it to be. Almost sluggish. But I include that with a caveat, because the idea of what I'm saying is there is speed to every attack that you have. The heavier the weapon you have, the longer it takes to swing. The lighter the weapon you have, the faster it takes to swing. And you could say that for any action game. But I feel like even with the sword that I was using for most of the game, it takes a full second for you to hit after you push the button. Which, it makes it feel like timing is a trickier issue, especially since as the years have gone on, this type of game has generally become faster. Like, you look at Dark Souls 3 even, and before you even get to Bloodborne, you've got Dark Souls 3. Not to mention more accessible variations of it, such as The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. But like Breath of the Wild offers large amounts of variety in gameplay, in the actual use of the mechanics of the game, whereas like Dark Souls still offers just such a breadth of things that you could possibly do. My only issue with that is that everything's a little obscure, and everything kind of locks you in unless you don't mind doing a lot of grinding. And also maybe studying, because I know for myself, like trying to wrap my head around like which which skills benefit which weapons best, and then spending the skill points properly. I didn't do that. I did not spend skill points properly in this game, to the point that I feel like I pushed most of my skill points down the miracle hatch for no particularly good reason. The main reason why I went after miracles, which would be faith in this game, I believe, where I put more points in faith as opposed to any previous attempt at playing this game, is because I've never really done anything with miracles before in Dark Souls. And I feel like all I did with miracles is I treated it as a additional heal, which is useful. When you only have so many health potions, having an extra 5 heals is useful for just running around and slashing. But it doesn't impact the way that I play the game. The actual mechanics of fighting isn't impacted by having those extra heals. So choosing to go the route of miracles was probably not the best choice for myself. If I really wanted to try something new, I probably should have gone the route of sorcery. But that's the thing with Dark Souls, is there's so many things that I still have yet to do. There are side quests. There's a new game plus.
Yes, indeed.
I see.
Dark sign brand.
She even agrees with me about all the extra stuff. And maybe on my own time, I might pursue those quests. But for now, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.